say you wanted to make a track in Terraria, making a music pack and stuff like that, and you're coming across this specific sound file which it has a specific looping point in that specific file, but you can't really make it work. A lot of people have ended up just looping that specific file over and over again, and that causes a lot of file issues with their music pack. So I'm going to help out with that. There is a way to get it to loop normally, as it should. So I've got this example track here. It's just a piano version of Lost Girl with an intro. So I just cooked this up, literally just playing piano on my own. That was all me usually. So I'm going to show you how to just do this. So first of all, you're going to want to have this bit here as start and end of selection, and you're going to want to have this sort of like timer thing on samples instead of hours, months, seconds, plus milliseconds or whatever. You're just going to want samples. That's going to help you the most. So you're going to have those, you have those. You're free to just do whatever at this point. Just find where the looping point is. So say you've got the looping point there, split at the playhead there, and then say split the playhead about here. You know what, I might do something else, so I might put it here for example. So hold on. So I might put the playhead about here instead, if I can get it. There we go. Oh, uh-oh. We're done. Or whatever. And then I'll place the other playhead about there. So I'll place these here. Another thing you can do is make sure they loop properly. So just drag your mouse on this like looping region bit. You can see it there on Audacity. Just stretch from one side to the other and just place your playhead here. See if that works. So that works just fine. So another thing you can do once you've done that is just click this bit here, it'll go away, then click it again for that yellow bit, and then if you're on Windows you can press Control B to add a label. You can make that loop start, and then again here you can make this bit, or you can just delete this bit entirely. That's up to you, but I prefer to delete it. You can do Control B again, make that the loop end, and then once you've done that, get the loop start and then drag it all the way to the loop end. That way you get the samples of the beginning bit and then the sample bit of the end bit. So what you need to do now is go into Files, do Export. I usually export as a OGG file because that's usually the best way to do it from what I know. So just click, get any sort of like, I already did an example here, but you can do something like music 12, I think that's supposed to. So you can do that, music12.ogg, and then save, and this is where it gets a bit tricky. So, what you need to do, most people would just press OK and then be on their way, but this bit's important. Metadata is essentially stuff that is handled in the track. I don't really know it that much well myself, but what you need to do is you can go ahead and add another tab, and then for the tag bit, in all caps, do loop start and loop end. And the value, so the value is essentially the number you're going to have to put in. So the loop start is the value of the sample bit here. So in this case that will be 266,557, and the loop end bit here will be 1,482,867. Now once you've done that, you're good to go. You can press OK and it'll work. Should work. So I'll cut this, be on Terraria, and I'll show you that it does in fact work. Post-production here. The sound effects of Terraria might be a bit loud to hear the intro to the sound file, but the point is the dynamic looping working as it should. So if we hadn't tinkered with the metadata and the whole loop start, loop end thing in Audacity, we wouldn't have been able to properly loop it as we wanted to. Here we can properly hear the track looping as it should. Just fine. So that's how you're able to make a dynamic loop using music packs. Go ham.